Hey, Chiefs fan, let's dive into something that's been on everyone's mind lately: protecting Patrick Mahomes' blind side. Having a solid left tackle is key when you've got the best quarterback in the league, right? Last game, we saw Wanya Morris go down with an injury, which made us hold our breath for a moment. He did come back later, but it really made us think, what happens if things get shaky at left tackle? Then there's Kingsley Suamataia, our rookie, who stepped into cover. He had some challenges, and while that's expected for a rookie, it's got everyone talking about whether we're really set up to protect Mahomes long term. So, I'm curious, how do you feel about our left tackle situation? Do you think our current lineup can keep Mahomes safe for the rest of the season? Or are we better off bringing in a seasoned veteran? Comment down below with your thoughts. I'd love to see what you and the rest of Chiefs Kingdom think. And while we're here, if you're as invested as I am in following the Chiefs this season, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and it keeps you in the loop on every update about our team. Alright, now that we've set the stage, let's look closer at the stats and how our left tackle lineup is actually performing under pressure. Stick around because some of these numbers might surprise you. Alright, Chiefs fan, let's get into the numbers a bit. We saw some real pressure on Patrick Mahomes in the last game. He faced pressure on 40.8% of his dropbacks, yikes. That's a huge amount for any quarterback, but especially for Mahomes, who's known for making magic happen even under pressure. So, what does that mean for the left tackle situation? Let's break it down. Kingsley Suamataia, the rookie, allowed 6 pressures and even a sack in just 34 pass blocking snaps. Now, that's a lot to take in for a young guy in a tough spot. On the other hand, Wanya Morris, despite his injury, only allowed 1 pressure in 15 snaps. Not bad, right? But here's the kicker. When we look at the season as a whole, Suamataia has given up pressure on 12.5% of his snaps, while Morris is at 10.2%. These numbers might not seem huge, but they paint a clear picture. Our tackles are still growing into the role, and there's room for improvement. But with Mahomes taking hits like that, the real question is, can we afford to keep letting this happen, or do we need to make a change before it's too late? I want to hear from you. Who do you think has the most potential right now, Morris or Suamataia? Drop a comment with your pick, and let's see what the Chiefs Kingdom thinks. And hey, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We're so close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and your support means everything to us. So, with these numbers in mind, let's look at what Coach Andy Reid thinks about all of this. Does he have confidence in these guys? Or is he considering bringing in a veteran? Let's dive into that next. Now, let's talk about Coach Andy Reid. We all know Reid's a patient guy, and he's got a real knack for developing young talent. When it comes to the left tackle position, he's not totally ruling out bringing in a veteran, but he's also sticking with the idea of developing our young guys. It makes sense, right? Reid's been around the game long enough to trust that with the right coaching, players like Morris and Suamataia could really start to click as the season progresses. But here's where it gets tricky. While we all trust Reid's judgment, there's that lingering question. Is it too big of a gamble to rely on these rookies? Especially when we're talking about protecting Mahomes, one of the most valuable players in the league. The last thing we want is to put him in harm's way because of growing pains at left tackle. What do you think? Is it worth putting our faith in these young guys? Or should the Chiefs make a move for a more experienced player? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to see where Chiefs Kingdom stands on this. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. We appreciate all of you who are helping us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. It really makes a difference. Now, let's take a look at some of the options out there if the Chiefs do decide to bring in a veteran to help protect Mahomes. There are a couple of intriguing names still available, and we'll dive into those next. Alright, Chiefs fan, let's explore some potential options if the Chiefs decide to go for a veteran to shore up the left tackle spot. One name that immediately stands out is David Bakhtiari. He's a seasoned left tackle who's currently a free agent. Bakhtiari has been one of the best in the game for years, and bringing him in could provide that instant protection we're all hoping for to keep Mahomes safe on that blind side. Then there's Donovan Smith, who actually played for us last season. Bringing him back could make for a smoother transition, since he's already familiar with our system and Mahomes' rhythm. But the question is, Would that disrupt the chemistry we've been building with our current tackles? It's always a balancing act. Do you bring in experience, or do you stick with the young guys to see how they develop? Signing a veteran like Bakhtiari or bringing back Smith would certainly stabilize the left tackle position. But there are risks too. You have to think about how quickly they could gel with the offensive line, especially when you have young guys like Morris and Swamatia trying to improve. Plus, with the cap space and future planning in mind, bringing in a veteran could have long-term implications. So, what do you think? If you were in charge, would you go after Bakhtiari, bring back Smith, or stick with the rookies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have the notification bell on. Your support helps us keep growing and gives us the opportunity to bring you more content about our beloved Chiefs. Now, let's step back for a moment and talk about how the Chiefs have been performing this season. We've made some huge moves, especially on defense and in the wide receiver core. But what about the left tackle position? Let's dive into that next. Now, let's zoom out a bit and take a broader look at the Chiefs season. We've made some incredible moves. Our defense is looking strong, and the wide receiver core is more dynamic than ever. But there's still one area that has us all a little nervous: the left tackle position. If we're serious about making a run for another Super Bowl, this could be the one area that holds us back. After all, we're talking about protecting Patrick Mahomes, a guy who's capable of anything on the field, but who can't work his magic if he's constantly under pressure. As we look ahead to the playoffs, this becomes even more critical. We can't afford to have Mahomes facing a ton of pressure, especially when every game is going to be more intense than the last. The Chiefs are playing for a three-peat, and we need everything clicking, offensive line included. So, the real question is, can we afford to leave this gap unfilled? Or are we risking too much by relying on rookies who still have room to grow?
What do you think? Do you believe we're set up well enough to go all the way with this current lineup, or do we need to make a move for more security? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your support helps us bring you more videos like this, and we're so close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. Help us get there. With all this in mind, we're heading into the final stretch of the season. Let's take a look at what the Chiefs need to do to ensure we're ready for January and the challenges that lie ahead. Alright, Chiefs fan, we've come a long way, and now it's time to look ahead. The Chiefs have had an impressive season so far, but as we gear up for the playoffs, protecting Mahomes is going to be more important than ever. The clock's ticking, and every game is another opportunity for our young tackles to prove themselves, or for the front office to make a move and bring in some experienced help. Either way, the stakes are incredibly high. If Morris and Swamatia can continue to improve and get more comfortable in their roles, Reid's faith in them might just pay off big time. But we all know the playoffs are a different beast, things can change fast, and we need to make sure we're fully equipped for the challenge. Whether it's sticking with the rookies or making a move for a veteran, one thing's for sure, Chiefs Kingdom is in for an exciting ride. So, what's your gut feeling? Are you confident in this lineup, or do you think the Chiefs need to pull the trigger on signing a veteran before it's too late? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and enable notifications. We're so close to reaching 1,000 subscribers, and your support means everything to us. As the playoffs approach, it's all about making sure we're prepared for the toughest tests. Protecting Mahomes will be a key piece of the puzzle, and no matter what happens, we're all in this together. Stay tuned, because whether we stick with the current roster or bring in a new face, it's going to be an exciting journey.